The fifth special session of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now called to order. Requesting Honorable Ismael Lim to kindly lead the invocation to be followed by the national anthem.
Let us bow our heads and say the Lord's Prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y bungay. Lupang hinirang, tuyak ka lang mag-ibig, sa manlulupin, kita masisingin, sa lalat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo bangay. Ay ilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang tinamay. Ang isang ng watawat mo'y nagumpay na nag-iibig. Ang bituin na taraw niya kailan pang-alit pag-ibig. Lupa ng araw na maaaring magsita, mayayagin sa lingkod. Aming ligaya naman may mamagin, malamatay lang tayo sa'yo.
Requesting our secretary to kindly call the roll.
Honorable Mark Julius Caballes, Honorable Aurelio Leva III, Honorable Antonio Mangkukang III, Honorable Bernardine Opis Mercado,
Present.
Honorable Melgabal Incabo, Honorable Mercedes Rejano, Honorable Danilo Arred, Honorable Ismael D. Pilim, Honorable Jose Neril Manggol, Honorable Carlos D. Peralta, and Honorable Bertinos Valencia. Madam Presiding Officer, with 7 members of the board present this morning, we have the necessary quorum for this special session.
The chair then declares the presence of quorum. We can proceed with the order of business. Honorable Aurelio Leva III is recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, for the approval of today's agenda, for the messages and correspondence from the Governor, we have 1 item, and 1 item for the committee reports. By the way, Madam Presiding Officer, the Honorable Antonio Mangkukang wants to join the session through online teleconference, and with that I move that we suspend the rules to accommodate Honorable Mangkukang.
The chair recognizes the recommendation of the Chair of the Committee on Rules. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the request of the Chair of the Committee on Rules is approved. Honorable Tres Mangkukang, his participation in today's session is recognized. Yes, Honorable Leva.
For the approval of today's agenda, for the messages and correspondence from the Governor, we have 1 item, and 1 additional item for committee report to be rendered by the Committee on Appropriation. And for business of the day, we don't have any item. For proposed ordinance and resolution for third and final reading, we don't have any for adjourn. I move for the approval of today's agenda as amended.
Any objection from the motion of the Chair of the Committee on Rules? The Chair hears none. The amended agenda is now adopted. Approved, I mean.
May we know how many are present, because in accordance with the rules and with the Republic Act 7160, no agenda one agenda is only considered during special session unless otherwise it is approved by two-third vote of the members. So that is equivalent. If we have how many? How many are present? Okay. So the additional item is in order, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Leva.
We now go to the committee report. May I ask to recognize the chairperson
I
of the...
think there is another item also.
Yes, Madam Chair, for committee report.
Okay, thank you.
May I ask the chairperson of the committee on appropriation for the joint committee report of the committee on appropriation and the committee on disaster risk reduction and management.
Honorable Lim is recognized.
Madam Chair, I present herewith, Madam Chair, Majority Floor Leader, my colleagues, good afternoon. I present herewith Committee Report number 531-2024, the Joint Committee on Disaster Risk Reduction and Management, Committee on Appropriations, and the Committee on Appropriations with the subject PDRRMC Resolution number 04-2024, resolution approving and endorsing the Local Climate Change Action Plan of 2025 in the amount of 25,263,165, and PDRRMC Resolution number 05-24, a resolution approving and endorsing the Provincial Climate Change Action Plan 2025 to 2030 of the Province of Marinduque, with the recommendation that the following be given favorable recommendation in the plenary, to wit, a resolution approving the Local Climate Change Action Plan of 2025 in the amount of 25,263,165 pesos and 50 centavos, and a resolution approving the Provincial Climate Change Action Plan 2025 to 2030 of the Province of Marinduque. Respectfully submitted, Mark Julius Picavalles, Chairperson, Committee on DRRM, and Ismael D.P. Lim, Chairperson, Committee on Appropriations, concurred by Carlos F. D. Peralta, Member, Committee on DRRM, Jose Neril El Mangol, Committee on Appropriations, Danilo R. Red, Committee on Appropriations, Bertinos A. Valencia, Committee on Appropriations, Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor, ex officio member, Madam Chair. The committee report number 531-2024 of the Joint Committee on Disaster Risk Reduction and Management and Committee on Appropriations, I hereby submit, Madam Chair.
Thank you. There's a pending motion for the adoption of the report. Tama ba? Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The committee report as rendered is now adopted. Thank you, Honorable Lim.
Moving further, Madam Chair, that the proposed resolutions stipulated in the committee report be included in the business of the day.
Thank you, Honorable Lim. That is noted and approved. Thank you.
The next item in the committee report is the committee report of the Committee on Appropriation.
Yes, again, Honorable Lim.
Madam Chair, with the indulgence of the Committee on Appropriations, the committee hereby recommends the passage in the plenary of the proposed ordinance and ordinance authorizing calendar year 2024 General Fund Supplemental Budget number 4 of the Province of Marinduque, involving an appropriation of 118,243,084 pesos and 68 centavos for the General Fund proper and 4,530,000 for the operation of Marinduqueño Sand and Gravel Economic Enterprise of the Provincial Government of Marinduque for adoption on second reading, Madam Chair. The committee report of the Committee on Appropriations I hereby submit for adoption, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any deliberation from the floor? Any additional information? The table is now open for debate and deliberation. Hearing none, let us proceed. There is a pending motion for approval on second reading.
Committee report pa lang.
And for consideration on second reading, sorry. There's a pending motion for adoption of the committee report as rendered and for the inclusion of the subject matter in the business for the day for second reading. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The committee report as rendered is now adopted. Thank you, Honorable Lim.
Madam Chair. Moving further, Madam Chair, that the said matter be transferred to business of the day.
Thank you, Honorable Lim. The item will be considered in the business for the day. Thank you. Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, we are now on the calendar of business, and for the first item in the business for the day is the accompanying resolution of the Joint Committee on Appropriation and the Committee on Disaster Risk Reduction and Management.
Yes, Honorable Lim, again.
Madam Chair, good afternoon. Again, the proposed I move for an omnibus motion for the passage of the resolutions recommended in the committee report number 531-2024, namely resolution approving the local climate change action plan 2025 in the amount of 25,263,165 pesos and 50 centavos, and resolution approving the provincial climate change action plan 2025 to 2030 of the province of Marinduque. Madam Chair, I so move.
Is there any second to the motion? Is there a possibility for a provision to be mentioned in the resolution that it is without prejudice to any supplementary recommendation from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for inclusion? Okay po ba yun? May isa lang provision, noting the very limited period of time given to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan to really study this, noting that this is also a 3-year plan.
5-year.
A 5-year plan. Lagyan po natin ng isang provision na it is without prejudice to the inclusion of is that possible, to the inclusion of subsequent recommendations for inclusions in the plan coming from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Is that possibility? In that way, just in case may mga may mga discussion sila for supplemental plans or revision of the plan, then the recommendation of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, they will always confer with the Sangguniang Panlalawigan agad. Kasi nagbabago naman ho yung 5-year plan. Merong mga pagkakataon na subsequently, meron silang dinadagdag. So, at least, may advance notice sila na just in case may ganong option, they should inform agad the Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
Without prejudice to any succeeding supplemental plans, Madam Chair?
Yes. Maybe we will just request the Secretariat to capture the intention. The intention is just in case may makita tayong importante na wala sa plan, ay maihabol pa rin po natin.
Correct, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lim. So there is a pending motion, duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution approving the local climate change action plan for the provincial government of Marinduque and the amount of
25.
a local action plan for 2025 in the amount of 25,236,165 pesos and
50 centavos.
pinag-combine nyo na po sa isang resolution.
Hindi po. Separate.
So, yun lang ho.
It's an omnibus motion, Madam Chair.
Okay.
But they are separate.
So there is a pending omnibus motion for the adoption of the two resolutions. Again, any second to the omnibus motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The omnibus motion is approved, and the following resolutions are now adopted. Resolution approving the local climate change action plan for 2025 in the amount of 25,236,165 pesos and 50 cents, and resolution approving the provincial Climate Change Action Plan for 2025 to 2023 of the province of Marinduque.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lim.
Next item in the business for today is the consideration for second reading of supplemental budget number 4.
Yes, again, Honorable Lim.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, without further ado, I move that the proposed ordinance, an ordinance authorizing calendar year 2024 general fund supplemental budget number 4 of the province of Marinduque involving the appropriation of 118,243,084 pesos and 68 centavos for the general fund proper and 4,530,000 pesos for the operation of a Marinduqueño Sand and Gravel Economic Enterprise, the provincial government of Marinduque, be adopted for second reading. Madam Chair, I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Supplemental budget number 4 for calendar year 2024 of the provincial government of Marinduque is now approved on second reading. Thank you,
Madam Chair.
Honorable Lim.
Madam Presiding Officer, that's all for the business for the day. We now go to the proposed ordinance and resolution for third and final reading. In consideration is the supplemental budget number 4 for CY 2024 of the province of Marinduque. And for that, may I ask the Secretary to please read the important features of the said proposed ordinance.
Sir James.
The supplemental appropriation number 4 of the provincial, supplemental budget number 4 of the province includes number 1, the resolution number 1698 or the collective negotiation agreement for qualified officials and employees of the provincial government. And resolution number 1700, it is the grant of loyalty award to all qualified officials and employees of the provincial government pursuant to CSC Memorandum number 6, Series 2002. Then appropriation for various heavy equipment for the governor's office, it is 18 million. Then same resolution, appropriation of various heavy equipment for engineering, it is 10 million. For the provincial governor's office, MOE is 1 million. Then the provincial budget office appropriation for MOE is 50,000. The MOE appropriation for provincial warden, 53,000. The acquisition and installation of upgraded fuel tank and other for the general services office is 187,000 and 800 for the tank. And for the planning and development office for training expense is 150,000. Then appropriation for Torrijos Municipal Hospital MOE, total of 360,000, covers the food and other professional services. And the capital outlay of 130,000 for office equipment. Then we have the resolution 1591 series 2024. It is the reprogramming of the 20% development fund. For Santa Cruz, there is a medical equipment for emergency or delivery room. It is 1,880,000. For the Provincial Agriculture's Office, is rehabilitation and improvement of water supply system in Sibuyao Demo Farm, 1 million. For the Provincial Agriculture's Office, improvement and production of the promotion of brackish water and fresh water species in Santa Cruz, 1.5 million. For the Agriculture's Office is the construction of 1 unit breeding house, 1,060,000 in Barangay Napo. Then the repair and improvement of fish pond extension in Pitadsi and Tamayo, it is 2 million. Then the loan assistance venture or lab Presby with lab programs, it is 4,270,000. For Provincial Engineering Office, construction of provincial warehouse, 5 million. Provincial Engineering Office, installation of solar street lights in Baliis, 400,000. Street lights for Bahagi, 330,000. Installation of floating docks in Poktoy, 6,500,000. Construction of school fence in Ihato, Boac, 400,000. For the PGNRO, the construction of greenhouse and nursery unit in Pitadsi, Santa Cruz, 2 million. And another multi-species of bamboo nursery greenhouse unit, 2 million. And the purchase of shredder machine, 500,000. Then for the acquisition of right-of-way, total of 15,820,745. The installation of CCTV surveillance system in MPH, Marinduque Provincial Hospital, 3,707,339 and 68 centavos. Then the construction of Bagtingon flood control dike in Benavista, 4.7 million. Then the PRDP counterpart or equity, total of 10 million. And the provincial engineering improvement of Kalangkang covered court, 1 million. So a total appropriation for the general fund proper is 118,243,084 and 68 centavos. And for the MSGE, there are 2 items. The CNA, the amount is 30,000 pesos, and the appropriation for the various heavy equipment is the 4.5 million. So, ito kasama sa 30. So, ang total po for the MSG is 4,530,000.
Madam Presiding Officer, I move that we consider the supplemental budget number 4 for third and final reading through nominal voting.
Yes, requesting the good secretary to kindly facilitate.
Honorable Mark Julius P. Caballes. Honorable Aurelio J. Leva III.
I vote yes.
Honorable Bernardino Opis Mercado.
Yes.
Honorable Mel Gabal Arencabo. Honorable Mercedes Arejano. Honorable Danilo Arred. Honorable Ismael Dipilim. Honorable Jose Neril El Manggol.
Yes.
Honorable Bertino C. Valencia. Honorable Antonio El Mangkukang III.
Again, what is the vote of Honorable Mangkukang with regard to supplemental budget number 4?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Honorable Mangkukang.
sinusuportahan po natin ang supplemental budget na ito.
So it's a yes. We are in
Yes po,
in
yes.
voting. Okay, thank you, Honorable Mangkukang. Thank you, Honorable Mangkukang. So what's the result?
Madam Presiding Officer, the result of the votation, 9 members of the board voted in favor of the motion. Nobody abstained and nobody objected to the motion.
With 9 members of the board present voting favorably, the chair declares supplemental budget number 4 for calendar year 2024 of the provincial government of Marinduque, involving the amount of 118,246,084 pesos and 68 cents. And for the general fund, and 4,530,000 for the operation of the economic enterprise, approved on third and final reading.
Okay. Pwede na po magka-CNA ang ating mga empleyado. So that's all for the proposed ordinance and resolution for third and final reading. And with that, Madam Presiding Officer, since this is a special session, no matters will be discussed unless otherwise approved by the two-thirds vote of the members present. I move that we adjourn the special session.
The session is adjourned until January of next year, unless there is a need for a special session.